Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So, before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. And here's my X account, and if you guys are on there, definitely give me a follow. And I want to share some fantastic trade ideas today that we actually made in my Patreon group. And these were really good, and you can see it right here. That was one Uber puts. We got in at near 79, near the gap. If you look at it, there was a gap. We got in $76 puts, and today sold at 74. It was a huge winner, over 50% on that play. And here's SPY today. We all know that there was a gap down this morning, and I did not even wait. Look at this, guys. 9:30 a.m. market opened, and we got in here, and 6:03 calls when in the money, over the money. This thing paid huge. It was a fantastic trade, especially this morning on SPY. And then we had Tesla. You can see yesterday I got back in here on Tesla, 360 calls. And then we added also on the dip near 326. And today Tesla delivered. It was a fantastic trade. Also, you can see Tesla all out at 345. So all these trade ideas, and especially only people that are actually serious and looking for trades, looking to learn, and they want to grow, and they want to make this a profession later on their life, or they're already trading for money and not working for anybody else, then this Patreon service from myself and my Patreon members definitely worth giving every chance. So definitely check it out, and I'll leave that link down below in the description for you guys. So you guys saw a bunch of plays that we actually won and made money on it. But before we even get started on big mega cap stocks, I want to share this play right here. You can see PG right here, just coiling up here, guys. If we can get over 170, this thing can explode easily up to these highs right here. And you can see that is a big upside here. 10 plus dollars to the upside. That is your upside potential here if you can get in at the right time. So I want to share this play with you guys, especially on a breakout. You can play it, and you can put a stop loss right here underneath, anywhere here close to this trend line, which could be, like 168, 167. With that being said, let's get started on Nvidia stock today. So what happened today this morning? Well, there was a gap down, and we already know that gap downs are not something that we look at nowadays. It was a B shape, and as a matter of fact, let me just look at S&P 500 chart here, and you guys will see that in 15-minute time frame. I mean, that just how things are. I mean, look at this. So this was this morning, right? Okay, the CPI came out. It was really bad. It's hot. So it's not working out. As a matter of fact, I mean, can you find a better B shape than this anywhere else, especially today? Look at the B shape. And as soon as we saw that dip early in the morning, we bought the dip, and this thing rallied back up. And now you can see it's kind of flagging right here, or wedging. So maybe there is more upside. Tomorrow we have PPI and I think some other data coming out. Lots of things are happening in the market. Now with Nvidia, you can see, I mean, yes, it's kind of a down day, nothing really big going on Nvidia stock, but it's holding here, guys. 130 right here. You can see Nvidia trading around 131. So it's holding 130 and it's looking good. Who knows? Maybe this turns into a bull flag pattern, and then we break out from this 130, 136 range to the upside, and we close this gap at 142. That's why I'm keeping some runners on Nvidia for more upside. I mean, look at this, guys. 113 just 2 weeks ago, and now it's it was trading at 135, 136 almost. So going into tomorrow's session, Thursday, if this thing breaks below 130, then watch out for 126. Otherwise, look out to the upside. Definitely 130 holding. It can move up to 136, and over that, that's going to be a breakout to close this deep sig gap right here at 142. On Apple stock, it's up 1.5%, and you can see now it's selling off because we got close to 237. Now, also keep that in mind, just like everything else this morning, there was a dip on Apple, and look at the buying here from 230 up to 237. So they bought the dip, they smashed it, guys. I mean, if we don't buy those dips, we're not making money in the market, because the market going straight up. You guys saw that V shape on SPY, and especially on some of the other products. And here, Apple, 230 to a V shape also up to 237, and now it's pulling back. We got about 10 minutes left here in the trading session. So going into tomorrow's session, if we can get over 237, there is a little bit more juice left here in the tank. We might go up to right here 240, maybe even 242, and then we can talk about this gap at some point. Not yet. Now to the downside, if this is actually a fake out, watch out for the support to hold right here at 233, 13-day moving average, underneath that level 230 to 231. And if that gives up, you'll see a flush all the way down to 220. AMD, it's up on the day, but barely, going up. You can see, but AMD actually came down and went back up. So it looks like it's finding some ground here, and this might be it right here for AMD. If this thing is going to bottom, I don't think people that are holding AMD, including myself, that we want to see AMD going back to 2022 lows, which is going to be really bad for this market. So AMD in a bear market right now, definitely, strong bear trend, downtrend, whatever you want to call it, and we're nowhere near a breakout here on AMD. And that is why opportunity comes in, especially if you're going long. And we talked about it in my video many times. And again, guys, and that's why, I love to make these videos for you guys, but it's just not enough likes, guys. Come on, we can do a better job. 100 plus likes, we got, six, seven, 800, sometime, over 1,000 people watching, and just not enough likes. I did put out even some plays before, including the one from today, and it's just not enough. But there are some people, especially, a few people, I can name all of them. They're putting comments on my video and always putting that like, putting that effort, and I don't even know them. So these people, I really appreciate these people that are actually putting those likes, commenting in my video. And sometimes if they like it, they want to come in and join, they're more than welcome to come and join my Patreon. Now, with that being said, AMD 110 support reclaimed, and now if this thing can hold, next big resistance will be at 114, 115, gap fill reversal. And from there, we can talk about possibly going up to 116.48 and then 118. On Meta, it's up almost 1%. So market goes down or up, don't care. This thing is still up. And you can see, I mean, today, another brand new all-time high. So Meta just exploding up to a brand new all-time high once again. But here's the thing, we all know, just, a couple months ago or a couple of weeks ago, I would say Tesla was doing the same thing. And what happened? Well, Tesla fell on its face. So when you're chasing something like this, I would not recommend shorting this. It's a really volatile stock, Meta. That's why, I haven't been trading Meta maybe in last 2 months. I think I got, like, I traded maybe like one or two times because of how this thing moves. And contracts are not cheap. So, why would I go and risk here where I can buy something else like this morning, right? So Meta here, guys, blue skies. We're trading into blue skies, 725. That's your line in the sand. If this thing can hold over this into closing, looks like it might do that, then watch out for a push up to 750. Below 725, there will be support at 718, and then flat 700 down to 698.65, 13-day moving average, and then we can talk about 682. Netflix is up almost 2%. Now, here's a play that I did not even share with anybody because this is risky and I can afford to take a risk. Especially, when you make money in the morning, you can afford to play, two, $3,000, you can afford to play. And there are some people out there with a really small account, two, 3 grand, some cases 5, 10, 25 grand. And these accounts, I respect these people. And that's why sometimes I do not share risky trades like these where they can actually make a lot of money. But you gotta be a profitable trader to take a risky trade like this. And why? We talked about it in my video that I'm not somebody who will be chasing this, and I think we will see a retest of 1000. And what happened today? Well, exactly, pretty much before hitting 998, I got in at 101, getting some 1025 calls. And boy, oh boy, this thing delivered. I actually sold just a few minutes ago. Not too many contracts. I would not go and play, 200 contracts on Netflix. It's already at 1,000. Only about 5 contracts, and if this thing is moving $20+, it's gonna pay. So this was another fantastic trade that I took on my own, and it delivered. But I did mention to you guys before that 1,000 right here, your key line in the sand. If you can get it, it holds, put a stop loss underneath, and you can play it back up to the upside. And we definitely got that big bounce from the support. So now, if this thing were to come down, there will be support at 1,018, 1,000 critical level, and then we can talk about more downside on Netflix. To the upside, next big stop will be 1,032.33, and over that, this thing can move up even up to 1,060. Amazon stock is down 1.75%, so Amazon is down near 2% near the 50-day moving average, and looks like we made equal lows down here from earnings and today. So I would say Amazon here, if this thing can stay over 227 critical support here, 50-day moving average, then watch out for a move up to 230, and only if we can break that, you're going to see a move up to 233.35, and then maybe even this gap gets filled right here at 236. 227 gives up, it's going to land all the way down here to 22, and from there it can go much lower. Don't forget about these gaps down here, guys. On Google, stock is down near 1%, so Google is just selling off, and now looks like 184. Slowly this Bollinger Band coming down, and this thing might be closing this gap at some point. But key line in the sand, 184 so far, holding below that. Watch out for this gap, 178. To the upside, now there will be resistance at 188, 192, 196.55, and then 200 up to this gap, 204.26. On Tesla, stock is up 2.29%. So Tesla was up to 246.47. And this is where I called out at 245. I got all out. And there was a reason for that, because you can see Tesla went back up near the gap. And I don't want to risk it. Like some people would say, oh, it didn't fill the gap, I'm going to stay on. Well, look at what happened. If you stayed on, you lost all that profit, right? So smart traders, people that are trading for a long time, they do not target all the gaps. It gets closer to the gap, I'm going to get out. Or I'm going to reset my stop loss right here. So now Tesla pulling back. There always support here on Tesla, right here around 3 37, and if this thing cannot hold, we might be landing back down to 330. We still have this gap right here just underneath 325. To the upside, there is only one target, this gap, which can act as a resistance right here, 350. We got close to it, we got a huge rejection, and that's going to be an inverted hammer right here on Tesla from today's price action. So it's not looking good, guys. We got the bounce, we got out, and was the right thing to do to get out of Tesla here, even though things is looking a bit oversold. But you cannot ignore that we did not actually get to close at the high of the day. Microsoft is down 0.66%, so we got a doji indecision candle, and we broke down today to a new low, 404. And this thing came back up all the way up to 410, got a rejection right here, and now trading at 409, 408. So going into tomorrow's session, there will be resistance at, I would say, 409 to 410. And if we can get over that, critical resistance will be at 413, which we cannot clear now since that breakdown. Now to the downside, next big support will be down here, guys. 405 and then 400 down to even 396.